Hello everyone, welcome back. You haven't heard me for a while. Welcome to the Daydreamer Podcast. This is your host Kasia speaking. It's so lovely to be back. I must say that I do struggle on my own with a bit of a burnout when it comes to the topics. So I'm really glad that I had a little epiphany. What can I talk to you about? I think I need to start moving closer to having guests. Yeah, that might be the next step. But for now, let's focus on today's topic, which is about star seeds and the health issues that star seeds have. So, what are who are star seeds? If you got attracted to this podcast, you probably already know who starseeds are. You maybe identify as a starseed, or you were just maybe like, oh, what is that? I want to hear more about it. Or maybe you're attracted because you are and you don't know it yet. I don't have the hard tests online which starseed you are. My experience is you discover it through the crumbs, the breadcrumbs that the universe leaves you, your intuition. Maybe you've always felt that you are not a human soul, that you do not fit in here, that you are different in some way, and that can be a sign. I just want to, before we go into maybe I don't want to go into specific each star seed, what's the differences between them, because this is not about that at all. But I just want to say that most of us, the very advanced souls, that there's plenty of us on earth at this time, we've been through many different soul incarnations, and the soul incarnations most likely were through all the star seeds. So it could be Pleiadian, Cyrus, Cyrus stars, or Syrian. It can be each of. I blanked now about the other. So it doesn't matter. You can Google it. There is a few of them, and you can Google the main specifics, and you will find yourself there if you don't know it yet. So I discovered that I am a starseed. I always felt different, like an alien. Also with the spiritual abilities, I don't think spiritual abilities are stronger in starseeds. I'm not sure how far would the human soul get to when it comes to spiritual abilities. There might be a ceiling in this life, because if someone is only not in a way that it's worse or better, but the human souls, specific human souls, are more used to living in this very heavy dimension, so may have not experienced the highest of spirituality that you can in other parts of universe, in different universes, different realms, or wherever you are from. I discovered that I'm a star seed. Like I said, I always felt different. I felt incredible connection to water. I still feel the water is where I rest, where I recharge. I just have to have the water. And I also had the experience of drowning when I was a kid, and this is also quite common for spiritual people, especially the ones from Atlantis. So Atlantis souls are connected with Syrian. So this is where my connection, I started connecting the dots. I went into the meditation, and I saw my, Atlantis guide, and I saw the city. outside of water. And yeah, so that was my first connection. But I've also had this feeling that I'm always in between two worlds. I can be very grounded. That's why I had financial technology career. I've always been attracted to technology. I need my brain to be holistically developed. Like, I cannot just focus just on spirituality without anything like hard skills, which can be either science or more learning stuff, or something more business related. I need these both sides, and I find myself often a bit not fully in community of spirituality and not in community of like day-to-day people that are just, have normal jobs. Like, let's say, example is my job. Like, I have master's degree in psychology, and I'm finishing one psychotherapy school this year, which is more spiritual, but I'm starting the one that it's much more scientific based, that gives you this, accreditation to be recognized psychotherapist this year also. So you see, I cannot find myself fully in either of these worlds. In the spiritual college, I miss the science, and I really believe that we cannot just to treat people. Many people will not agree with me, but I feel to break the rules, you need to know the basics. So I would not want people who finish only spiritual school with very little around science, very little, like factual knowledge on psychology. I know the psychology is a soft science, which is not everything is like, it's not maths, right? There will be some neuroscience that is much more factual. There'll be things that were more research or believed, but that still is a science that has, even though soft science has years and years of research experience. You can, question some research like in every area, sometimes better, worse. And I did miss it. I was like, I don't think we're learning enough. I don't think people have enough knowledge to just go out and work with people who may have mental illnesses, for example, or other, not even mental illnesses, but mental struggles. And then on the other side, on the side of this, proper school that I'm going, I will have to most likely not tell anyone about my spiritual side, because they don't believe it, that it's more fact-based, science-based, surrounded by multiple, rules that you need to follow to be part of UKCP, which is the highest accreditation in the UK for the psychotherapists. So it's been always a struggle for me, that I'm in between the worlds, and the way I work with people, I combine the two. I use a lot of like psychology knowledge, but then I switch on my intuition and work with energies. So that's a big struggle. And I realized that Syrian star, Syrian star, they were incredibly they are technologically advanced and incredibly spiritually advanced. And it just clicked. It just clicked that I had the strongest connection there, because they do both. They believe in science, they believe in spirituality. Also, I believe that spirituality could become science we just don't have tools to properly grab it at the moment. And the things can be, probably we could study the brain and find what's going on, why some people have certain abilities and others don't, which I think being intuitive or clear something, they're seeing the future, hearing signs, feeling, it's much more common than people want to say. It's like it's part of daily life. Even people that are very pragmatic, they have these urges of intuition that are not, you cannot explain with experience, because there is also intuition that can be based on experience, right? But no, yeah, so that clicked for me. And I felt like home when I did meditations, and when I went and I found the ship for the Syrian star, and I had like family there that was very happy to see me and waiting for me, and they do all this different like if they put you in the like globe, like a covered table, and they can do all the different upgrades and stuff like that. So yeah, I felt very aligned, even though the more I had conversation with my soul member on a Syrian star, he said that that I've also went on a soul journey, because I never felt like I fully fit in. So this is the thing, maybe I just don't fit in anyway, but I feel the strongest pull towards Syrian starseed ancestry, but I know I've been through many different starseed incarnations, human, wherever, realms or whatever. So yeah, so don't think you are one and only one. There's most likely you've been through few, but you might be connected more to one or the other from the perspective of your soul personality, right? Because we have our own personalities. I feel like people believe when we go when we die and transform into the spirit, we're becoming this holy soul. You know, our knowledge is omnipotent, fine, but we are becoming also this Mother Mary's, Jesus's. I was raised in Roman Catholicism. That's why I have I am connected to some figures from that religion. No, we are ourselves. We have personalities. We can have quarrels. We can have really. It's much more lively than people may think or believe. I remember when I might have said that before. The Reiki master told me that after we die, we just exist in bliss. And that was like, gave me a panic attack, because it's the worst possible scenario. I was just like, I don't want that. And I understood later that, yeah, I don't have to. I mean, if you want to, go for it. Free will, you can spend eternity however you want. Most of us choose to go on this journey for different incarnations. That's a different conversation. Probably for the different episode, but the matrix, of incarnations. You also good to remember you don't have to. And the soul, if you're a younger soul, your higher self may still need some work. You don't have to work if you don't want to. And if you want to, there are also tools out there. You don't have to come to Earth. So yeah, but that's a mind-blowing topic, and that's a different one. So that's a Starseeds. Now, have a Google after the episode, what are the characteristics if you don't know yet, and see which one you think you're the closest to. Okay, so the part that I wanted to discuss in more depth here is the illnesses. So I can't say I've never had a good health. I think I've been struggling with mental health for many, many, many years. More and less, right? It's not always the constant. I tend to develop psychosomatic illnesses when I'm having, symptoms that are actually created by my mind, anxiety. I don't think I've ever struggled with depression, but I had moments in life when I was in very depressive state, but not to the level of illness, because depression as an illness is it's very heavy burden. So, but most of us have sometimes in life when we're down, right? So I had these, but that was never a big problem for me. It was typically related just to what's going on in my life, not out of nowhere. So yeah, the mostly anxiety, and this anxiety that creates the symptoms, but also bad results. I mean, years of anxiety that creates symptoms, stomach issues, problems with iron absorption, always anemic, all this stuff. So, cholesterol, like really, I don't like to do blood tests. And in Poland, people tend to do once a year big blood tests, and I'm always so scared of the results because I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to see this. That it's still so bad, and I've never managed to really do anything about it. I worked with clinical dietitians for my stomach. At some point they said, we tried so many things with you, that you just need to go to the doctor, take antidepressants, because they will calm down your bowels. That's what I did. I'm taking very tiny dose. Just I don't want it to affect my mood. I don't want to affect my intuition, and it helped tiny bit. I'm starting to feel like I can probably start coming off them in some time. This is what I've been feeling recently. But yeah, it's all around. And I've been doing work on myself for so many freaking years, and I have reasons for a lot of this stuff, right? My childhood wasn't the easiest. There was this connection to food at home. There wasn't that much safety. That's why my anxiety is a lot around hypochondria and just health anxiety. So yeah, these results, I can tell you, the person of health anxiety, and waiting for the blood results, or I don't check my blood pressure. I don't even know will my blood pressure be proper reading, because guess what? I just get so stressed that I raise it. So a different conversation, but I am not the only person who has like that. So yeah, this is how it is. So I'm not a person who lives in denial or haven't done the work. I've been doing therapy for many years. Then energy healing, hypnotherapy. Recently I came back to NLP, connected with hypnotherapy to work more on the thoughts. I think I'm having like another layer worked on. So yeah, so I accepted at some point that not everybody can be fully healed from mostly like anxiety, because there are people, and there are very often starseeds, and this is the starseeds health issues, that we have our nervous system is in such an overdrive from earthly energies, from the way we are forced to live in 9-to-5s, in chasing money, in constant noise, constant media scares, what's happened now, war, climate change, earthquake. Like we have all these bad news from like anywhere, from everywhere. not to mention the people hurting people and stuff like that. So our nervous system is so not used to this like worldly, these earthly energies, that it goes so much into overdrive, causing anxiety, causing this amygdala in our brain to go into this constant like a lookout for dangers. And really, you can do it. I'm not saying, and I said it before in one of the podcasts, you can manage it, right? You can learn, you can resolve as much as you can resolve. You can manage with tools to make you, to get it to the level where you are living your normal life, but it still costs a lot of energy. I mean, I'm tired all the time. Anemia is one thing, but the energies are another one, like traveling to London for work. The amount of times I just travel in noise cancelling headphones, and at the end of the day, I remember like putting the headphones on, but not putting anything on in the headphones, because I just like I'm too tired to even listen. I just want peace and quiet. And then I would come back home and then just lie in a quiet room and just hear the silence. Was so relieving, right? So yes, we are I don't want to say oversensitive, incredibly sensitive, extremely sensitive. And smallest things like a daily life can put us in the overdrive. But there is a solution here, which is the upgrades of the body. So how did I come to have to record this podcast? I was meditating, and then it came to me the idea to Google it about starseeds and health issues. And I got onto the Reddit conversation, and I was shocked how many starseeds are actually really like struggling with illnesses, a lot of autoimmune illnesses, a lot of mental health illnesses. It's really crazy. And my theory, of course, this is like a Reddit, so I read like 10-20 people talking, not 100. This is not like a scientific research, sorry. Sip of water. I know that, but that was enough for me to like, okay, so my theory is right? I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one struggling. However, I've been receiving, a couple of years now, I won't lie, I've been receiving messages about upgrade of the body. And I keep on getting these upgrades of the body, and I keep getting the messages that at some point my body will be upgraded to the level that it requires to just hold this and to my body to hold the energy of my soul, and then I will be fine. Because I am someone, probably many of you, that I actively work on expanding my spirituality. So it's a part of my work. So I keep on opening more and more energy coming from my body. So it's almost like catching up. And and my body hasn't caught up yet. So I'm still waiting for this moment when it will be fully over. I'm really trusting that this is ongoing. And you know what? Next week or in 2 weeks, I will have to see. I will record activation for the body that we can do together. That would help you go to another level. That will bring you closer to the activations. Yeah, so don't give up all the hope if you are struggling because your spirituality, because there are activations available to you. But also try to differentiate your mental problems from an autoimmune, because autoimmune, there's a lot of psychosomatic underneath autoimmune also. So sort out your life, your thoughts, your mind. If you can yourself, if not, I mean, it's better to go to the therapist, whichever modality works for you. Is it the holistic therapist? Is it a psychotherapist, hypnotherapist, energy healer? Or if you can't do it because you can't afford it, look for the resources online. There's a lot of self-help stuff available. Then you can do cheaper, buy some books or listen to some podcasts or, activations. But just work on yourself. Because don't put everything on being a starseed. Because maybe there are things from this life that need to be resolved. And once you resolve them, you will feel better. And your life will look better. Even if it may not be perfect, right? Perfection is a concept as difficult to grasp. So, so that's the idea. I thought this video will be, this episode will be shorter, and then we will do the activation meditation today, but we won't. So I will record it in the next week or in 2 weeks, and I invite you to listen to it and follow it. And just don't give up hope. That's my message for you for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, comment. It really helps me. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.